Hey YouTube, welcome back to TekniQ's Dota 2 tips. Today, by request of a real life friend of mine, I'm going to make a sniper video, just a real basic video, how, what his abilities are, what he's good at, what he's not good at, what he's good against, what he's not good against, and a little bit of itemization. Quick tip here, edit mode in the shop. Don't know if you've ever seen it or used it, but if you edit your items that you like to see on your starting items in early game and so forth, just drag them in from the shop and drag them out if you don't want them there. Me, I like to go with these 5 items when I'm starting with the sniper, and I personally like to start off with headshot as his first ability. So let's just talk about that right quick. Headshot is a passive. Sniper has 2 passives and 2 active abilities. Headshot is his W, and it's a passive. It does physical damage, and it does not pierce spell immunity, increasing his accuracy, giving him a chance to deal extra damage and briefly stop the movements of his enemies. So 40% chance, it stays the same throughout the levels. It does more damage upon leveling it, of course. I like to take it first because A, it's free, it doesn't cost mana. B, if you get a mini stun, like let's say my team was here and we had 1 or 2 people contesting the rune here. Headshot, the right mini stun could really secure a kill on a target here for free. Some people like to go with shrapnel, which I'll go over next. Shrapnel is a point target ability. It does magical damage and it also does not pierce spell immunity. It consumes a charge to launch a ball of shrapnel that showers the target in an area, in a targeted area. It reveals the targeted area. It also damages and slows the target. And you get restored charges every 55 seconds. A lot of people like to start with this first because it builds up charges as you're waiting for it to, as you're leveling it. I don't like to take it first because it costs mana to use. And again, I can actually secure like more last hits and more attacks on my enemy, basically, more damage on my enemy, harassment with headshot. Also, I really feel like headshot has a higher chance to secure a kill than shrapnel on an enemy. So, as a carry in the lane, you really don't want to attack the enemy creeps unless you can secure a kill on it, a last hit, and that will prevent you from pushing the lane and putting yourself in a more vulnerable position. So you'll see me force attack my own creeps here a lot just to help the lane push toward our tower. The reason for that is because that actually puts me in a safer position closer to my tower and the enemy in a more vulnerable position further away from their tower and closer to mine. I like to take shrapnel second. I like to use it to harass and secure kills. The only reason I attacked that creep twice is because I wanted to make sure, that I would be able to get both those last hits, but then I screwed it up anyway. So I'm taking a little bit of damage, mostly from Necro's aura, but also because I'm catching creep aggro. It's definitely one thing you want to get good at, is last hitting under the tower like that as a carry, because this is definitely safer than pushing the lane to their tower and possibly getting ganked through the river, through this river area on the mini-map. So that's one reason why you don't want to push the lane. But if you find it difficult to last hit under the tower, then you're probably not doing yourself any favors by not getting last hits and pull the lane for your safety to survive, right? So let's take another point in shrapnel. Let's talk about our third ability, take aim. His E ability, take aim, another passive, so he's got 2 passives, which is great for a carry. It extends the attack range of Sniper's rifle, giving him bonus range. Real simple, real straightforward, just additional range with each point that you take. Again, Sniper's pretty weak against anyone that's got gap closing abilities, like a Slark or someone with a blink dagger ability. Heroes that have range stuns like a Sven. Anybody like that, I mean, you just need to be very careful when you're playing Sniper because he's super vulnerable in the early game. The only thing he really has to protect himself without items is shrapnel. and really, I mean, that's not going to do much to get you out of harm's way. So a lot of people, phase boots is a good pickup for him because it's going to give you at least a boost in speed, you know, something to help you to outrun your enemy. Like right now, if I got stunned and these guys weren't easy bots, I would have died, without a doubt, without a doubt. Because I'm so vulnerable. He's got like no health. You saw I used shrapnel in both those spots just to slow the necro and to slow the necro and the Dragon Knight because I had 2 charges waiting to be used. I'll actually go ahead and keep it. So my ring's ready. I'll go ahead and down here and buy boots while I get the ring over sent to me. Important to note, if you're in the side lanes, it is really nice for someone to save the courier for the person that's running the middle lane, because he doesn't have the option to buy his items in the side lane. So something to be considered about. So I picked up a point and take aim so that I could keep my distance and still get a little bit of farm here. I'm gonna go ahead and catch that heal aura there. Ah!
Middle is missing.
See if I can get this kill on Necro, and then we'll get back to nice. Alright, so from here, basically once again, as a carry, your job is just to not die and get gold, right, in the early game. So the support's job is to help you to do those things. So the fact that I have another carry in my lane is not really optimal. But whatever, it's a bots game. His last ability, Assassinate, is his ultimate, obviously. He's got huge, delicious range. It basically is a kill steal, you know? It basically helps you to secure a kill. In the early stages of carrying with Sniper, it's an awesome, awesome ability. Later in the game, I mean, your auto attacks are almost strong enough to make you not really want to use it. So, except in the times where, you know, it's going to secure a kill that you can't hit with your normal range. So as I max out take aim, it's less likely that I'm going to actually need Assassinate, because my auto attacks will do a crazy amount of damage right off the bat. So, again, phase boots, nice pickup to help me just to get away, or even close the gap and get closer to enemies. Ring of Aquila. It's important to note things like this aura. It's kind of a real basic point, but you can turn that aura on and off. A lot of people like to be aware of that, because if you leave it on, the aura grants mana regeneration and armor. So now my creeps, if you click the creeps here, they are benefiting from my aura, which in turn will push the lane slightly. So their creeps don't have an additional aura, right? So if it was just me and the enemy creeps, then I would be pushing the lane, and it's not something you want to do all the time. So just be aware of that with the Ring of Aquila. It's real basic, but same thing with things like, well, any aura item that you can turn off. Even with Radiance, you can turn that off if you aren't trying to push a lane, which is not common. Usually by the time you have built a Radiance, it's time to push lanes all the time. But in the early stages of the game, you know, pushing the lane and not pushing the lane is important. I'm just harassing him. I don't really expect to kill Necro with that. Right now I'm just trying to get last hits and not die. Starting to reach the time of the game where I can afford to push lane a bit. And now that I've got Assassinate, you can see the range. Like, geez, it doesn't even fit on the screen. Look at the range on that, all the way across the screen. So I can be literally right here and help Juggernaut with a kill from far distance.
Middle is missing.
And that's really what you want to do. So from here, some items that I like to get, most, well, I wouldn't say most, but a lot of people will pick up this item. And if you can use a Shadow Amulet really well, watch this. Let's see if I can get a kill on Necro. Watch how that works. And the distance was just incredible. It was ranged. But still, until like I feel like I'm just way overpowered, I'm going to sit here and try to do all the farm that I can. The other good thing about his ultimate is that the cooldown is really nice. It's just not bad at all. Some basic tips for any ranged caster like this, any ranged sniping hero. If you want to be able to get into the habit of understanding his attack speed and being able to move between attacks. So doing something like that, just to prevent yourself from taking damage, or in the event that maybe you're just trying to keep distance on a hero, right? This doesn't work so great against jungle camp heroes, or jungle camp creeps. And you're basically just clicking, attacking, and you're trying to do it in intervals that will allow you to auto attack every time it's available to be used. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So a lot of people like to pick up Shadow Amulet, building toward a Shadow Blade, because especially in your noob level matches, which I guess is not available in the side shop. Whoops. In your noob level matches, a lot of people don't get Dust of Appearance, Dust of Appearance, and a lot of people don't get Sentry Wards. So as a noob learner on my channel, this item might be good for you if you can understand how to use it. And one way I like to use it is basically you want to get yourself into a position where you can go invisible. So let's look at the item right quick. Shadow Amulet. Active fade. It grants invisibility to you or a targeted ally hero after a 1.5 second fade time. Moving breaks invisibility. There's also no cooldown in using it. It does give you attack speed bonus, so it does have a benefit just for wearing it. But let's say the creep wave is pushing down in this direction, and here I am behind the trees. I can use it on myself. Hide in invisibility, like I'm doing now. They have no idea that I'm here. And get a little bit closer and use it again and hide. And then when the lane pushes out, the enemy puts himself in a vulnerable position, thinking I'm nowhere around, and I can get a kill. Well, I think that's it for Sniper. I think some of the items I like to get for him, situational items like Shadow Blade. Basically everything else here is pretty much required. I don't like to go Silver Edge on him usually, but Mjolnir, Desolator, Scotty, Daedalus, these are really great items just to boost his damage. Things like Shadow Blade will help you to escape as well as initiate because of the damage that it gives, the bonus damage when you break invisibility. Butterfly, if you have a lot of melee attackers that have the ability to miss, Butterfly is a good pickup in that case. But if there's a lot of spell damage heroes, I wouldn't recommend Butterfly. Satanic, of course, if you're going through a lot of taking a lot of damage all the time, Satanic's a great ability just to keep you in the fight and give you a lot of lifesteal on your attacks. Other than that, I mean, it's pretty straightforward hero. I mean, one active ability and two active abilities, including his ultimate. Didn't even need it. There we go. That's the kind of work that you can do with him. you know, enemies follow you into an evolved position, you just use your ult as they're trying to leave that position. So, anyhow, that's Sniper for you. I hope this video has been a little bit beneficial for you guys that are new to the game. Thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe, and in the comments put maybe which hero or which kind of tips or what kind of help you might need going forward. Love to help. Thanks for watching. See you next time.